Hey, good morning one and all. Well, it's time for the morning walk. There's Fancy and I've had to reshoot her like 2 or 3 times because every time I turn the camera on her, she's stopping and taking a squat to leave her little calling card for people. But, all right, hey, it is a gorgeous morning. It's actually like low 60s and it's borderline uncomfortably chilly, which for July 19th is kind of weird, but I'm not complaining. I am not complaining in the least bit because it's way better than the 100+ degree heat. All right, so what are we going to talk about this morning? Hopefully I can make this message coherent and it doesn't sound like disconnected rambling. But today we are going to talk about professionalism and accountability. And the reason why this subject came up was because of the Trump assassination attempt, basically. That's the reason why I started thinking about those two words, because in that case specifically, and in the world in general, professionalism and accountability are greatly lacking. Now, I'm not going to talk about that specifically in the context. I'm going to just talk about the words, and you can decide how they fit into that and how they fit into your life, okay? So the first part, professionalism. So the best definition of professionalism that I ever heard was professionalism is not the job that you do, it's how you do it. And there are words associated with this that give it meaning. Words like competence, knowledge, consistency, emotional awareness. These are all things that take a job and turn it into a profession. Now, when I was in the Marine Corps was my profession. I spent a lot of time learning how to be really good, not only at the technical aspects of my job, but also the military aspects, because I was an IT operator. And when I got out, I'm not really a big fan of working on computers, but it was my profession, and I was good at it. And I figured out a long time ago that the field of IT that I went into is more a customer service job than it's an actual technical job. You know, my job was to manage people's expectations and provide them relief whenever they were in a bad way. I mean, the only time I really saw people, no, not the only time, but most of the time when I saw people, they were having a very bad day because their computer wasn't working. You know, but I looked at it at more than a job. It was a lifestyle. And I spent a lot of time when I was in the Marine Corps, and once I got out, you know, doing a lot of professional development and trying to stay up on stuff. You know, the one thing the one area of professionalism that I always had a hard time with was that emotional awareness thing. And basically because I expected everybody else around me to approach it professionally like I did, and when they didn't, my give a meter was busted, and I basically told people what I thought. So, you know, I always had a hard time with that emotional awareness, and I've gotten way better at it. You know, but these are things, and in society we see it all the time, where people have jobs but not professions, and they treat it as such, and you get an entirely different level of service when professionalism is thrown out the window, when it just becomes a job. And you know, I'll be completely honest. I joke when I say I have to go to the job it's only half a joke. You know, my professionalism is more aimed at the whole preparedness and homesteading aspects of my life than it is going to my 9 to 5. You know, and I'm very fortunate. I'm in a position where I don't have to have the job that I have. We could survive without it. It'd be extremely difficult. It would make life much harder, but we could do it. You know, there are certain perks that I like having because of going to the 9 to 5 GOB every day. But that doesn't mean when I'm there, I don't try to maintain some level of professionalism. Right? Oh, we got a car coming. All right. There's somebody going to work in the morning. So, you know, have a level of professionalism. Think about those words. Go look up a good definition, and it'll clue you in and work on that. And you'll find that you become much better at what you do whenever you do this, and you provide a better service for the people around you when you do this. Okay, the second word, accountability. Accountability is defined as the obligation or willingness to be accountable. And while that's an interesting definition, I don't like it because it's kind of like, what is a woman? A woman is somebody who thinks they're a woman. Okay, you can't answer a question like that. So we have to, first off, what is being accountable? Being accountable is the state of being responsible. And the first part of the definition says the obligation or willingness. All right, now the word obligation is very interesting in this, because if you look it up, it talks about a moral responsibility. So to have accountability, it means that you have a moral responsibility to take ownership of your actions and the results of your actions. And to a lot of people today, accountability is anathema. I mean, our society for decades has been built on the fact that I'm not responsible for what I do, it's somebody else's fault. There's an entire political ideology and social structure built around the fact that everybody's a victim. And to a lot of people, it's kryptonite. It is, if you try to hold them accountable, you are evil, racist, bigoted, misogynist, misandrous, whatever. That whole having accountability for things is just, or people's refusal to have accountability, to feel the moral obligation to be responsible for their actions and themselves is the cancer that is eating at our society. And that's one of the the whole idea behind our 3 pillars of homesteading are built around professionalism and accountability. I didn't realize that until I started talking or thinking about this the other day. Everything we talk about revolves around those 2 things. Community. Building a community. You're taking accountability for your well-being. Preparedness. Same thing. You're building that resilience, and you're being accountable for it, and you're not letting some other entity be responsible for you. Same with food independence. You're taking the responsibility, you're shouldering the obligation of taking care of yourself and providing food for yourself, and you're not relying on somebody else to be accountable for you. You know, if you're going to the grocery store every other day because you don't have any food independence, then you're relinquishing your accountability to some big corporation that the only thing it cares about is separating you from your money. All right? Same with self-reliance. Self-reliance, you know, there's a huge aspect of professionalism there. You know, you become confident, you gain knowledge, you are consistent. You know, so the professionalism in modern self-reliance is just off the charts as far as I'm concerned. You know, and then we get into the other aspects of living a life done free. You know, the whole starving the beast thing. You know, that's accountability. You are holding the beast accountable for what it's done, and you're taking its power away to rule your life and have stroke over you, as Tag over at Life Done Free puts it. You know, so accountability and professionalism, you know, even if you're not some big exec or you're not some big professional person that works in an office, if you're a housewife, stay-at-home housewife, you're a student, you're a farmer, you're a homesteader, these are things that have real and true meaning in our lives, and understanding their definitions and what they entail are key to our success. Well, all right, that's about it. I think I got it all out. Hopefully that was well connected together. I'll have to go back and watch it while I'm editing it and see how I sound. You know, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. Like and share this video. You know, we need to get the message out. These are things that people need to hear and they need to think about. People need to become more accountable. They need to have a little bit more professionalism in their life. All right, because that's the only way we're going to save the nation. You know, I don't know. I'm not sure the country is savable, but the nation is most definitely savable. All right, and we need to be accountable. We need to have accountability for it. All right, you want to support the channel? Go ahead and hit the affiliate links down below. They will aid you in gaining independence and being self-reliant and saving money. That's a huge thing for me right now. All right, guys, you take care. Think about what I said. Go out today and live a life done free. Take care. Thanks, Milo.